Thank you for tuning in for today's Subtle Body Saturday. I clearly need to adjust my monitor. So if you're out there, give me some love. Let me know that you can see me. If you're out there, it's a little bit awkward of a hello. So, welcome. I decided today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite Kriyas ever. It's called Wahe Guru Kriya. I do this every single morning. Hi there. Hey Tom. Thanks for spreading the love. I love that you popped in there, caught me off guard. It was like just a couple minutes in and I'm like, wait a minute, Paige is sharing my live video. I'm not doing one yet. I hadn't started. So if you're out there spreading the love, you know somebody who needs to move their body, get their sweat on today, this Kriya is going to do that. So this particular Kriya is for awakening the subtle body. So if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them out there. Hey Tia. This Kriya I've been doing for over 3 years. I started it just after, hi Angie, hi Christiana and Paul. I've been doing this Kriya since 2013, just after I came back from my trip to India in November of 2013. So I've been doing it for many years, and they say if you do a Kriya for 1,000 days, you'll see significant changes in your life. And this particular Kriya is all about awakening the subtle body. This is your intuitive side. This subtle body is like this. It's one of the many bodies that we have. We have 10 bodies, okay? And this one houses, it's you. It's kind of like an extension of your aura. You know, you feel something. You feel this subtle energy around you. Well, that's the subtle body, okay? So, welcome Jennifer. So, I love that you're all tuning in. Make sure that you have a mat. It doesn't have to be a yoga mat, but find a nice, comfortable place in your home. We were taught that it's nice to have natural fibers. So, this is a naturally sourced wool blanket by Sacred Felt, and she is amazing. Oh my gosh, I have this beautiful lotus flower up in the corner. When I saw it, I knew I had to have it. And she has amazing deals. I can give you her link and information in the comments later. Gyan Chakra. And I'm going to tell you that this Kriya is going to open your awareness. Like, it's said that when you master it, and you've been doing it for a while, when you walk into a room, a crowd of people, you automatically know what's going on. Your senses are heightened. You're much more aware. There's no question. It's like, boom. You see outside of the realm of what is visual and unspoken. So it's really powerful. So like I said, I've been doing this Kriya for 3.5 years, over 3.5 years, and it is beautiful because I've seen shifts and changes throughout the course of my life as a result of doing beyond the 1,000 days. And I just really enjoy it because it feels good to me. And every time I do it, my body is doing something different. So I'm also aware of whether or not my hip is going to give me an issue, because we do certain postures that we have to hold for 3 minutes or so. And I'm going to do the full time with you, but you can shorten the times if you decide you want to do it in the future. And you can reach out to me and I'll give you that information. Hi, Yvette. So again, find yourself a nice, comfortable spot where you can get really cozy on a mat or a blanket or a carpet, something that's nice and cozy. I have wood floors, so I had to put my yoga mat underneath. Make sure you have your water. You must hydrate. I have to drink some beforehand. So, ideally, we wear white because it amplifies our energy, and it also, you know, the light, you can't see darkness when the light is there, right? Because the light is just so bright. So, you've all probably tuned in at least with me once, maybe twice. I've done a couple of these now. Close your eyes down. Start rubbing your hands briskly together and start creating that friction, that heat, the energy, extension of the heart and the lungs, that pranic life force, the sustainer, maintainer, and nourisher. Start tuning in, breathing deep down into the pelvic floor, expanding through the belly, up through the diaphragm, up through the chest and the clavicle. And then exhaling, the chest lowers, the belly goes in, and then you're pulling in as you expel the last amount of air at the navel point. And start to feel your body. If you have any areas of tension or tightness, soreness, pain, take those hands, because we're all healers, and place those hands, because now you can feel the friction, the energy and that healing building up, and place them in those areas where you feel you could use a little bit more prana, life force. Breathe into those spaces. Bring your hands to heart center. Hi, Shelly. We're about to tune in. Take your thumbs, you're in prayer pose here, and just place them in that nice little notch in the middle of your sternum, and just roll the shoulders up and back, aligning the shoulders over the hips, each vertebrae stacking nicely over one another, ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips, and the head elongating through the crown. Inhale together. Exhale. For those who've never done this, keep inhaling. We actually chant 3 to 5 times the Adi mantra. It's a tune-in to tap into our inner guru and all the teachers who came before us. It's Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. We do it on one breath. Inhale to synchronize. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And now inhale to begin the Adi mantra. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. 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 One more time. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale. release the hands. Really feel the vibration moving throughout your body. And you're ready, you can open your eyes. Hey Russ, hey Master Shifu, Mario, John. So we're about to do a couple things here. The first thing I want to start out with is something called Breath of Fire and an Ego Eradicator. Now, Ego Eradicator, it's really great for cleansing the blood, boosting the immune system, really getting the heat in the body moving, right? It's really great if you're having a really frustrating day and you just gotta burn it out because you're just cleansing out the blood, you're oxygenating it. And for the amount of time you do Breath of Fire, it's the equivalent of one full breath. So if we did an Ego Eradicator for several minutes, that's one breath. Because the yogis have said that we come into this life with a limited amount of breaths. So if you're a shallow, quick breather, you're really kind of using it up. And so that's why it's so important to tap into your life force, this prana, this, this is the breath of life, breath. There's no coincidence that if you didn't breathe, you'd be dead. And this is what we have to work on the most. So, hi, well, now there's a person I haven't talked to in a long time. So here's how you do Breath of Fire. So, place your hand on your belly, and like a dog, you're going to stick your tongue out and pant. The pulling in is at the navel point, which is 3 to 4 fingers below the belly button. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to hear that. Thank you for sharing that with me. So what we're going to do is focus on the exhale, but also being attentive to the equal inhale and the equal exhale. And we're going to do it through the nose. So continue, try that again. Now close the mouth. What we're going to do, everybody's got that down. If you have any questions, type them in now so that I can answer them before we begin this. As we're going to do this, you're going to actually focus with your eyes closed at the third eye point between the brows. You're going to take your fingers and you're going to curl them into the pads. You're not making a fist. You're curling them in. Okay? Everybody can see that? You're going to use the thumbs like you're plugging up into the main socket up there. What I like to tell people is don't roll your shoulders forward. You'll be feeling it because all the pressure will go right back in here. And this is why it's so important about alignment. You roll the shoulders up and around back, and what happens is the shoulder blades nicely sit snug and they actually hold your arms up. Now I do have a little hyperextension, so you may see it looks like my arm is broken. But again, rolling the shoulders up, around, and back. Hey Carl, you're going to join us. We're going to do Breath of Fire. This is a great cleansing breath. It might bring up some stuff for some people. It'll definitely tick some people off because this is Ego Eradicator. We are trying to clear out the ego mind. Get it out of the way. So we're going to start that out first. Hey Grant, we're doing Ego Eradicator, then we're going to do Wahe Guru Kriya, and I may toss in there the, oh gosh, what's it? It's the Satanama. It's the, yeah. So we're in for a treat today. So everybody make sure your alignment, each vertebrae is stacked over one another. Shoulders are over the hips. Ears are over the shoulders. And your, hey Nicholas, so good for you to join. it's like your occipital ridge is being slightly pulled up. So your head's not up, it's not forward, it's not back. It's nice where your ears are over your shoulders, shoulders over the hips, and you're reaching up through the crown. So there's always an elongation of the spine. And there's a subtle reaching up and forward of the heart. So bringing the hands, again, we're plugging up. This is 60 degrees, not 45, not 30, and not up here to 90, right? Okay. And so, everybody ready? Get ready and start. Breath of fire. Sat Nam. In your mind's eye, focus on the sound internally. Inhale, suspend the breath. Draw the hands over the head, touching the thumb tips together. Extend the fingers straight up like you're reaching and lifting up through the spine, through the crown of the head, holding the breath still. Exhale, allow the arms to slowly glide down the sides. Allow them to sit in Gyan Mudra on your knees. Keep your eyes closed down and just go within. Feel the quality of your breath. Feel the energy sensations moving throughout your body. anybody? You know, Carl, it isn't something that is going to be easy for everybody, and that's what I want to express. That was only 3 minutes. And sometimes simply doing a minute of breath of fire will completely shift you. It's Ego Eradicator for a reason, because it's going to bring up the ego mind. It's going to say, I can't do this, when that's just your mind. It's not the body. And you have to learn to discern what the difference is, which is talking, which is speaking. Listen to the subtle body. Listen to the inner guru. Recognize that the body has one language that the mind cannot necessarily wrap itself around or translate. So, if you're just joining, we're going to do Wahe Guru Kriya, which is also known as Trikuti, which means God. It's the generating, organizing, destroyer, or deliverer is what God stands for. So, we are all God. We're all generating, organizing, and delivering, or destroying, but mostly it's delivering, because it's a whole turnover. It's not just, we don't destroy things, actually. We transform them. We transmute them. And that's the beauty of energy. It's never destroyed. It's actually just transformed, right? So the beauty of this Kriya, because we're working the subtle body, you know, this body that's not of the physical, but we sense it, we feel it, we, you know, can't touch it, not in this tactile sense, but we're aware of it. You know, I felt like something was a little off. Well, that's the subtle body. That's your intuitive nature. That's where the grace is. And it gives you the sophistication. So, just like all of Kundalini Yoga, it's the yoga of awareness through your personal experience. So what I'm going to experience is going to be completely different from what you're going to experience during this process, through this Kriya. So it's up to you to tap into it and really hone in what your body's going to share with you. I'm going to show you a posture. I'm going to do it with you so that you've got mutual support, because I'm going to do it too. So it's everything that we're going to do for the first 5 postures is going to be Wahe Guru. Wahe. We'll turn our head to the left and we'll focus the Wahe at the navel. The He, it's Wa at the navel. He comes up through the heart at the chest. And then we turn our head to the right, and I'm actually doing this so that you can see. I switched it so you're actually seeing me as I am. You're not seeing the reflection. So when I turn my head to the right, it's pursed lips, Guru. And it's like Guru comes out. Very articulated through the pursed lips. It's a total body workout for the glandular system as well. So it's going to stimulate the thyroid, pituitary, and the pineal glands, which is beautiful. And you will sweat. So like Yogi Bhajan says, we need to sweat at least 10 minutes a day to clear out this toxicity. And again, the beauty of sweating out the armpits is the armpits are the garbage pits of the mind. So the more we can sweat that crap out, we don't have to try to think about it, rationalize it, figure it out. That's ego. Okay, and that's why we did Ego Eradicator first, to get beyond that point. So, meditating after this Kriya, you're going to realize you're a channel for truth, and it allows you to maintain grace in even the most ungraceful situations. And I know for myself, having come from a very obsessive, compulsive, and attention to the details and what I perceived as being perfection and being right, because I was very stuck in my ways, in my belief system, very attached, because we mostly are. That is our biggest addiction, is to our belief systems, and perceptions and experiences are filtered through that. So it's really important to keep an open mind and recognize that not everything we have experienced is going to play out again. All of that's an illusion. We had that experience once. The only way we're re-experiencing it is when we're so attached to it, we're actually manifesting repeat patterns because we're stuck on it attached to it, and we really believe it. We're addicted to that cycle. And the only way to break it is to change things up and to question everything. Everything you think you know, everything you believed, even what you hear. Always question everything. So, everybody get ready. So, I'm trying to think. Do I want to do it with a timer? I'm going to use a timer. Every posture up until we sit back down is 3 minutes. So the first 5 postures are all from the standing perspective. So we're going to come to standing. I'm going to take off some jewelry because this gets a little messy. Again, if anybody's ever been in a class with me, they know I come in with all the mojo. So, hi Tina, hi Flavia. We're just about to start. You came in at the right perfect time. If you have a mat, go ahead and get it. You can always start again from the beginning later. This is the beauty, because in the beginning, if you didn't get it, you can go back and you can replay it. And you can use this as your daily practice. So you can keep on coming back and share it with friends, because I'm telling you, you're going to change lives just by sharing things with people. Because sharing is caring, right? So come up. If you've been sitting, shake out your legs, because wobbly, especially the knees and the hips. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Am I completely on the screen? I have to make sure. I put the screen in just such a way that I'm making sure my head's not cut off. Okay, I'm not that tall, so we should be good. Hey, Paul. Everybody who's there, thank you, Carl, for sharing. So I'm going to show you the ideal, and then there's the real. You may not be able to do the posture fully the way I show you, and that's perfectly fine. Honor your body where you're at. I'm going to show you the real, and then if you can't even do something similar, or you can do some of it, but you're going to have your eyes closed again. I want you to imagine in your mind's eye, because the beauty of the body in Kundalini Yoga is fake it till you make it. So sometimes you're actually having to visualize it. Well, believe it or not, your body will get the same benefit visualizing it as if you're doing it. You visualize yourself doing the perfect posture, and your body will eventually catch up. It may take a long time. It may take no time. That depends on you and how open your mind is and how receptive your mind and body are connected, right? So, here we go. Whew. Again, we're going to turn our head to the left. For you, that's this direction. And then we're going to turn our head to the right. We focus the wa at the navel point pulled in. Wa, hey, when we turn left. And guru through pursed lips out the right. We're going to come into the squat, and it's going to look like this. Legs are parallel to the floor. Hands wrap in between and around, and place them on top of your feet. Now this is where my hip sometimes acts up, and I do a little popping adjustment. That's just me. But again, I've been doing this Kriya for over 3.5 years. So, hold on a minute. Okay. Get in the perfect posture, everyone. We're going to do 3 minutes, each of these postures. Try not to think it out too much, because what happens is we typically will allow the mind to get in there and go, oh my God, I can't do this. Oh my gosh, are we done yet? Are we done yet? Don't go there. Just breathe and focus on the chanting. That's why we do mantra. So the vibration cuts through the crap, okay? So everybody come into posture and begin. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe suspend the breath. Exhale. Slowly pressing yourself up. You can hang here for a moment. Sometimes it feels good. It releases the backs of the legs. Just relax. Allow the spine to decompress. And then slowly bending the knees, place the hands on the thighs, slowly coming up. Whew. Hi, Karen. My arms aren't long enough. That's not true. It's okay. Like I said, you have to listen to your body. Your body is going to tell you something than my body. And especially because I'm doing, hey, I'm hardcore. This is the full posture, but you can actually half the times or reduce the times. So we're doing 3 minutes for the first 5 postures. If you reduce the times, you have to reduce them all equally. You can't just choose which ones, okay? So the next posture, we come to standing, and what you're going to do, you're going to actually, I'm going to show you from the back side here. So what you're going to do is you're going to place your hands right at the base of the sacrum, right? And you're going to, the ideal is roll the shoulders up. Feet are about hip width apart comfortably. You're going to press down on the sacrum. This is a little harder when I have my shirt on. And squeezing the shoulders back and elongating through each of these vertebrae up through the crown of the head. You're actually arching the spine back, squeezing the shoulders together. Head will go back, and then as where you're comfortable, because I have a cervical spine issue that I am working on. So you turn your head to the left, Wahe, and you turn the head to the right, Guru, okay? And while you're doing this, again, the Wa on the navel point pulled in, He comes out of the heart. The Guru comes out of pursed lips. All right, so I am actually going to step onto the wood floor because I like solid earth under me as much as possible. And everybody get in position, bring the hands at the base of the spine, and begin. Wahe Guru, eyes are closed. Wahe Guru, 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 the breath to center. Perfect the posture. Hold the breath. Exhale, come up slowly. Squeeze in at the inner thighs. Bring yourself up. You're getting your sweat on? I know I am. And I don't always sweat during this Kriya, by the way, so just in case anybody's wondering. So some of you may be like, oh, this is easy. And some of you may be going, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? But you know what? It's always good for growth. It's always good for moving the body. You got to move it or you lose it. So the next posture, we're going to come down, forward fold, placing the hands on top of the knees. And we're going to, again, we're going to turn the head to the left. We're looking forward though. We're not looking at the ground. We're looking forward with the eyes closed. It's Wahe, the Wa, focused at the navel point, He at the heart center, and Guru over the right shoulder through the pursed lips. And get ready. Legs are straight, no bend. Just relax at the hip creases, relax the muscles. You don't need to tense up your legs. Just allow your hands to be to hold you in place, parallel to the floor, on the knees. Elbows not locked, but straight arms, okay? And begin. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru. Inhale to suspend the breath in the center. Hold the posture, consolidate the energy. Exhale, bend the knees, and come back up. One more standing, and then we go down to kneeling bows. Whew. Anybody else out there getting your sweat on? So, This next one, you're going to want to find a nice flat, make sure your feet are on something flat, because what we're going to do is come up on our toes. So the arms are going to extend up through the ceiling, up through the sky. Again, we're always elongating through the crown of the head. There's this subtleness, but we always come from the heart. So again, we're going to focus Wahe Guru through the pursed lips, but our hands straight, fingers just together, straight up. I got a little tweak going on my shoulder today too. All right, so extending up, not really crunching anything, just feel like somebody's pulling you up. And it'll start out, your hips are going to be about hip width distance again, apart. What I like to tell people, when you come up on your toes, if you intrinsically squeeze in at the inner thighs and the heels and the ankles, like all the way up, it'll help you stay and maintain, as opposed to, you know, you can't go up on your toes. Because you want to go straight up and let all of that energy ground you to the earth and also reach you up through the heavens. Ready? So, everyone get in position. Inhale and begin. Wahe Guru, palms forward. Wahe Guru. You can have your eyes open to fix on a spot. Wahe Guru, Adrishti. Wahe Guru. 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 You're going up on the Guru. Wahe 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 Guru. Inhale, suspend the breath and go up on your toes. Stretch, 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 holding it here, consolidating the energy. Exhale, allow the arms to slowly glide down your sides. Stand here for a moment. And just catch your breath. Start to tap into those subtle energies. How's your body feeling? you're ready, we're actually going to come kneeling on our mats. And we're going to do, again, Wahe Guru, and on our knees. So we're coming down, sitting on our heels. And when we bow forward, we're going to have our hands right about here. We're going to start out Wahe and then touch our third eye, our forehead, down on the floor, okay? So it's Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Hey, Kathy. Welcome. We're doing Wahe Guru Kriya. We're on the last bit, the last 3 postures. So everybody come in a position. Again, this is 3 minutes. And hands, it's Sphinx pose, actually. This is the Sphinx position, okay? Hi, Sarai and Sophia, and begin. Eyes closed. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru. Inhale, suspend the breath, come up. Exhale. And come back to easy seated position. Find yourself nice and comfortable. If you need a bolster, I always recommend if you need to sit on something, you need to also ensure that your legs are flat on the floor and not just sitting like this, because what you're doing when you're sitting like this is you're actually creating tension in the inner groin and the hip flexors, and that is not going to help you elongate, strengthen, and release that tension, right? So this is also another area we store a lot of emotions, is through our hips. And if you clench your jaw, if you're a jaw clencher or teeth clencher or a grinder at night, this translates to the hips. I know from personal experience. Been working on this for a while. So I wear a night guard myself. And you notice the difference when you wake up in the morning. Hi, Sandy. Welcome. So the next postures, we're going to do 2 minutes of each. One will be 2 minutes of whisper, and the second part will be 2 minutes out loud. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to cue you by starting to say it out loud. It's sa, ta, na, ma. It's Panch Shabad. It's death, it's birth, death, rebirth. It's the cycle of life, okay? So we vibrate the cosmos. And it's sa, ta, na, ma. Kind of like throwing a dart, like whisper, okay? So get into position, your eyes are closed again, focused at the third eye, and begin. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Sa, ta. Out loud. Sa, ta, na, ma. Fingers are in Gyan Mudra still. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale. Now immediately come back on your heels. sitting on your heels. We're going to do 3 minutes. And this is a spinal flex. It's a camel pose, actually. It's like we're riding a camel. So we're going to inhale sa in a whisper. It'll all be whispered. Yeah, you're going to have to rewatch this fully and do it with, you can do it with your kids. Oh my gosh, this is so great. You'd be surprised how kids take to this. Kathy can attest to that, her children. And also another girlfriend, I know a few people, they brought their children to class and they love it. They are like on top of it. So it's going to be sa, ta, na, ma. Chin, head is level with the floor. We're articulating the spine, so we're pulling, using our hands to pull our chest and arch the spine forward on the sa and the na, sa, ta, na, ma. And then on the ta and the ma, we're really, really rounding the back because you really want to get the spinal fluid moving and the oxygen weaving in between all the vertebrae, because we only as young as our spine is flexible. So the more fluid we can get through it, it also allows our broadening of our minds, right? So our spine reflects also our rigidity in thinking or our fluidity and flexibility in thinking. Okay? So, everybody, hands on the thighs and begin. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Inhale to center. Exhale. Just sit here a moment. If you want to move into easy seated position or stay like this, sitting in rock pose, you can do that. Just tap in. Feel all the energy moving. You've moved that energy all the way up the spine through the crown of the head. If you haven't already gotten into a nice, comfortable, easy seated position, do so. Who else? Oh, awesome. Russ, were you able to do the whole Kriya with me? Hi, Elaine. Hi, honey. Hey, Patrick. All right, I like to roll up a mat under my butt. It gives me a little bolstering, little action, little... I like to sit at a little bit of an angle so I'm not completely tight in my hips or anything. Because I also notice that even if you think you can sit without a bolster, your lower back will tend to get lazy. So you really want just a slight tilt forward of the hips, of the pelvis, right? So, okay. Are you up for one more? So this other Kriya, I've been doing this for a while as well. This was one of the first 2 long session Kriyas that I was doing when I lived in Italy after I had just kind of been introduced to Kriyas and Kundalini at Yoga Village in Clearwater. And so this particular Kriya, this is Gyan Chakra Kriya. So let me see here. This is the Kriya, and I'll explain this to you real quick because it's kind of powerful. It's not just kind of powerful. It's called Gyan Chakra Kriya. It's to brighten your halo. So what it does is it increases your radiant body, your magnetic aura, your magnetic field, and it draws in and attracts abundance and prosperity. It also opens up our heart because anytime, again, arms are extensions of the heart and the lungs, right? Okay? And so the movement of the arms will stimulate the radiance of our halo. Okay, we're going to be doing this. The rotation, if you're looking up to the ceiling, the left arm is going to go counterclockwise while the right arm is going to go clockwise. So they're alternating. Okay. Italy is playing soccer versus Germany. Ha ha. Yeah, well, I'm not watching any of that stuff. I just remember how crazy all that energy was around all of it. I remember when I lived in Naples because I had this beautiful apartment that overlooked the Bay of Naples, and when the fireworks went off, I had all the view. And the cool thing was, it was beautiful to watch. It was really bad when it was in the streets, and then it became this big smoky mess. And sometimes when there were winnings, tournaments, the championships, there'd be cars on fire, just New Year's Day too. So, this expands the brilliant protection of our aura as well as strengthens our nervous system. It's also going to adjust our life force. Again, this is about the prana, the breathing, the life force. So we can move through any situation with grace and creativity. Again, this is really good and powerful to do with Wahe Guru Kriya because now you've awakened the subtle body right? And now you're going to expand upon it. So Yogi Bhajan told the story about this particular Kriya, that it had an impact on a community in India over 2,000 years ago. A teacher, Rishi Anand, saw that with his intuitive eye, he was able to see that a great weather shift in pattern was coming in, and it was going to cause a great famine in the country, and that it was going to cause hardship and deaths. So he told his students to start doing this Kriya daily. We're going to do 11 minutes. They practiced it for 3 years daily. After 3 years, the famine set in, but they had already stockpiled a warehouse, and the brilliance of these monks had attracted an abundance of wealth and prosperity. So that's where they were able to take care of, open up the homes and the kitchens to be free, to take care of the community, which is what it's all about. It's all about community. It's not about who's got what and holding and hoarding. It's about making sure that everybody is living in an abundant life, because there's plenty to go around. So they were able to feed anyone and everyone who is within the radius of them, right? So they spoke about the challenging shift, and especially because we just came through the Aquarian age, you know, we've transitioned in the Aquarian age from the Piscean age. It was all about the patriarchy, all about the gotta war, you gotta fight it, you gotta push it, you gotta work it, no, you know what, now we're in the allowing things to happen and to come to us. There's action. It's called divine action, inspired action. Knowing intuitively when to take action and how to move forward, and to tap into the wisdom and the guru within you that says, oh, there's the solution. When you meditate, you find your solutions, because prayer is speaking to God, but meditation is receiving his answers. Okay? And this is where sometimes, you know, people say, but I've been praying and praying and praying, but have you been listening and meditating and receiving? You can give, but can you take? Can you receive? You know, allowing. And a lot of times this is the hard part. We think we need to forcefully take it. See, this is power versus force. But the power is in the attraction of it and the allowing and receiving of it. That's the true power. It's recognizing your inner strength, your inner guru, that power that innately resides in each and every one of us. Not trying to force our will on anybody, not trying to change anybody, but actually just being in our personal power. When we radiate and beam out that intuitive power of our own, ourself, we're actually uplifting and bringing others into their power. It doesn't happen overnight, but the stronger you become in your self, you're rippling out, you know? We're all drops in the ocean, so we're all creating the energetic waves and vibrations out there. So, okay, you're going to sit in easy seated position. This is important to sit with a straight spine. Again, I always articulate. Each vertebrae is comfortably stacked over one another, so they're nice. And it's from the tailbone up through the crown of the head, ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. Shoulders are going to be rolled back. Again, I can't stress enough, this may get hard if you're doing this. You know, so again, the left arm is going counterclockwise, the right arm is going to go clockwise. And they're just alternating, okay? And we come down only as low as the heart center. We don't go down here. We're not doing like this. We're doing like this, okay? See how I'm sweeping across at the level arm at the heart center, okay? So we're going to chant the mantra clearly to this tape. It's Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. So it's Sat Nam, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. We're going to do this for 11 minutes. For the first 10 and a half minutes, we're actually going to just, you'll see the pattern, you get into the groove, and just really focus with your eyes closed at the third eye point. Really get into it. Your eyes are going to be closed. Just feel it throughout your entire body. Welcome, Erin. If you didn't get to the first part, you can go back and do it again. This is a great Kriya and workout. This is also a Kriya as well. And then at the last 30 seconds, I'm going to cue you, and you're going to go as fast as you can, okay? Still chanting. I'm going to tell you that each cycle of Satanam, Satanam, Wahe Guru is about 7 seconds. I've been doing this long enough to know that. So 30 seconds equals 4 times. Yes, you can, Carl. You can do this. I know you can. So here's where at the very last 30 seconds, and you're going to go fast as you can. Hey, Susan! Woo! We're going to, at the very end, we're going to inhale, suspend the breath for 10 seconds. We're going to do that 3 times. Stretch, stretch, stretch up through the crown of the head, up through the fingertips. You're tightening and just, you're relaxing around the breath. I don't want you to think you're just, it's suspending the breath and holding it does not require you to tense up the body. But what we're doing, there's a relaxation around the breath. So it's not like you're, I know the difference because I've been there with the anxiety holding versus when you're comfortably holding. So on the third time, 10 seconds will pass, and then we'll twist to the left and then twist to the right 7 times. And I can only trust you're going to do it 7 times. So it's left, right, still holding the breath at the same time. And then we'll come back to the center, still holding the breath. I didn't mean to, and I'm not articulating that and then you'll allow the arms to come down. Has everybody got that? Any questions? Alrighty, we're going to do this, okay? Make sure I got this all queued up and ready to rumble. I like to do a stopwatch along with it because I've been doing this long enough that it's nice to be able to look down and watch the stopwatch at the same time. So again, left arm is going counterclockwise, right arm is going clockwise, eyes are closed down. Make sure that your shoulders are actually engaged in the blades. Back here is what is holding the arms up. It's not like this, it's not like that, but you're doing a nice level circle at heart level. You're not going above, but this is what it looks like, okay? Might be just slightly faster. And then at the end, when I cue you, you'll be doing it fast. Okay, you ready? I love this. I love that I'm getting to share this with you. This is what brings me the most joy, is sharing these teachings because I know how much they've impacted my life. All right, are you ready? Woohoo! Okay, get in position and begin. Sadhguru, Wahe Guru, Satanam, Satanam, Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru Satunam Satunam 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 Wahe Guru Satunam Satunam. Hands in Gyan Mudra. Wahe Guru Satunam Satunam 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 Wahe Guru Satunam Wahe Guru Satunam 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 Satunam
Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Satunam, Satunam. 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 Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Speed it up. Satunam, Satunam. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Satunam, Satunam. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Satunam, Satunam. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Satunam, Satunam. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Inhale, suspend the breath. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, holding it for 10 seconds and twisting to the 7 times. Inhale. Go within. ready, you can open your eyes. Did anybody get anything out of that? Did you feel it? There's a difference in your breathing, your vibration. It usually stirs some stuff up. I know for myself, each time is different. And I don't know about y'all today. We just had a new moon last night. I felt it really vibing strong. I don't know, my body felt like it was, still does. So I hope you enjoyed that. So I love teaching. I love sharing this with you. Does anybody have any questions? Want to share their experience? So we started out with Ego Eradicator, and then we did Wahe Guru Kriya to open up the subtle body. And then this last one was Gyan Chakra Kriya, which is to draw in that abundance, that prosperity, the ability to support others. As much as we receive, we're able to give more, right? Because when we're fully supported, then we're able to support others. And it can't just be we support others and not receive as well. So that opens up the electromagnetic field in the radiant body, and it actually draws in and attracts what it is that you deserve, you need, what it is you need for you and all those around you that you affect. So, if you have any questions, are you just all reeling in from the practice? How are we doing for time? I know I've gone over an hour and a half. Seems it's just nice, right? And so the ideal is that after all of this, and even in between, we would take a nice relaxation. And I do apologize because I haven't thrown that in, where you just lay down and either you just in silence and just allow your body to integrate and assimilate all of this work that you've done into your physical body. Let the energy disperse in it to all the cells. And that way it's even more locked into you, okay? So if you have any questions, and again, like I said, the beauty is you get to go back and read, you can watch this again and again and again. You can use it as your own daily practice. So to be like you're doing yoga with me whenever you want, which is what I'm really appreciative of sharing with you. So let me see here. Let's see, I wanted to share something with you. I hope everybody's having an amazing Saturday. Hi, John. Yeah, so, yeah. I love it. Awesome. So I think I'm going to kind of allow this integration, but I'm also kind of hungry too because my belly's gurgling. So I'm thinking I might go make myself a smoothie. But before we completely finish, we're going to close out with the long time sunshine. And the words are, we're going to do it twice through. The first time is for you. We always sing for ourselves first, because when we bless ourselves first, we're more powerful and able to support and bless others, okay? So again, we bring our hands to heart center, and it's, may the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. And then on the second round, you bless your loved ones and everyone else. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. 3 times for the guide your way on the second time, okay? So bring your hands to heart center, thumbs and shoulders rolled back, ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. Inhale to begin. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, Peace to all, love to all, light to all. Satnam. About to. Thank you for joining me. I hope you can enjoy the rest of this day with grace and ease and your own divine intuition and sophistication. I love you all. Sending you my love. Thank you for tuning in.